This is Lucky 13 Farms, and my ultimate Christmas gift came in. Of all the Christmas gifts I got, this is my favorite, which are my seeds from Baker's Creek. Yay! So, I wanted to show you all what I've got. Probably way too many seeds for the beds that I have right now. I'm going to have to be really digging this spring to get a lot of beds going to get all this in the ground. But it's good inspiration, so good exercise. It'll make me work those beds. That's good exercise. So, all right, let's delve into it. I've organized them into their different types, basically, so that we can go through this in some kind of organized fashion. So let's look at the peppers first. I got 4 different peppers. I got Ozark Giant this year, which is a bell type that Jess at Roots and Refuge likes a lot. So I got that one. She's in, say, mid-Arkansas, which should be pretty similar to our climate here in northern South Carolina, the north part of South Carolina. So I got that one. Here's a jalapeno. I've currently got seeds left over from Craig's Grand jalapeno, which is a regular hot type jalapeno, and it's got a good bit of heat to it. So I wanted to get a milder type jalapeno where I can use more of the jalapeno pepper and get not quite so hot of a taste. So this Tam jalapeno is supposed to be your milder jalapeno. This is Ajvarski, and it says that it's an amazingly fragrant Macedonian roasting pepper. So I wanted to get that one and try it. And I got Cubanelle pepper. Looked really pretty. It says this popular pepper of Cuban, Puerto Rican, and Dominican cuisine. It's a 6 to 8 inch pepper, prized for its sweet, mild flesh, rich flavor, and pretty colors. So we'll see what that's like. All right, we'll go on to this group here, which is a mixed group. So last year, with our first garden here at our new property, I went ahead and got one type of corn called Buhl, which is spelled B-U-H-L. But it didn't do so good. It might be the climate here. It came out a little grainy and not too juicy. So this year I went for the Golden Standard, which is Golden Bantam. This is known to be a very good corn. I believe I grew it in Louisiana and it did well, so I got that one for this year. Next year I'll probably go for something else to add into the mix. I currently have Kentucky Wonder Green beans, and I've got Chinese red long noodle beans. But I want to get something different, so I've heard a lot about these greasy grits from several YouTubers. So I'm going to try these this year. And last year I tried to find the ultimate southern speckled butterbean that I've eaten since I was a kid. Always loved them. So I got what's called Dixie Speckled Butter Pea, which on the package it looked like a butter bean, but when I got it and opened it up last year, they were little bitty peas about that big that were red. I thought, well, that's not a butter bean. I went ahead and planted them, and they were awesomely good. They were. But I still wanted the standard speckled butter bean also. And I think this Christmas pole is likely the one that was most often grown throughout the decades. So I'm going to try that one. Let's move into the tomatoes. So last year I grew some yellow pear cherries, and those were really good. And that's a very, very old variety. I also grew some San Marzanos, and those did not do good here. And again, I think it's likely a climate issue maybe. So I decided I'm going to watch the YouTubers like Jess on Roots and Refuge, who loves her tomatoes and has a similar climate to what we have, and see what worked for her and then try those. So first one I'm going to note is Dr. Witchy's Yellow. Jess loves this one. Grows well for her, so I'm going to try that one. It's a big tomato. This Bonnie Best I heard about from Jen on Stivers Homestead. she cans these. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to can next year a lot. I've got a canner, a water canner, and some jars. I'm going to try, if I can get some tomatoes, I'm going to can them. Let's put it that way. All right, for a different type of cherry, I got Chadwick cherry to try. For another big tomato, another one that Jess on Roots and Refuge talks about a lot is Kellogg's Breakfast. So went ahead and got that one. I got yet another cherry type, this Hartman's Yellow Gooseberry to try. This one I hear about on a lot of YouTubers, Paul Robeson from Jess and from many others I've heard about. So I'm going to try that one. And this one I saw and I liked the way it looked, so it's called Saint Pierre. And it says, a stunning and popular French heirloom, beautiful tender fruit. It's large with full rich tomato flavor, great for canning or fresh eating. So I got that one to try that one also. All right, let's move over to this. This is the group of green items that don't fall into any real category. So I'll put those together. This is Tatsoy. Curtis saw this in Baker Creek's catalog and instantly wanted this. It is so pretty. It says it's a highly nutritious Chinese green, beautiful small rosette heads, superb mild flavor. So we'll try that. I'm not certain if it's a bok choy or if it's something else, but we're going to try it. It's called Chinese kale on here, but in the Baker Creek catalog, they call it Chinese broccoli. And when we saw that, we had to have it. Chinese broccoli is one of the best Chinese type green you're going to find. Best tasting. We've bought it at the Asian market many times. So we saw it in seed form. So yes, I want to grow this myself. You can eat the leaves and the flowers. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Another thing that we got last year, speaking of Chinese greens, is when we were at the Asian market one time, we're always looking for something new, and one day they had what's called yu choy, and so we decided to get it and stir fry it up and try it, and yu choy is the best Chinese green I think anybody must have anywhere that grows. So I got some seeds, planted them, they come up like weeds. It wasn't an issue at all. And right now I'm letting some plants remain in the garden. They've already seeded up and they're putting out seed pods. And my plan is just to let those pods open up naturally and see if it doesn't simply reseed itself, because they came up so much like weeds that I think they really will do that. They'll just come up. All right, so I also got cilantro. I love cilantro. I need to get this planted probably now because it doesn't like summer heat. It'll bolt on summer heat. So it's more, in the south, it's more of a fall through spring green, so I understand. I've also seen a lot and read a lot about corn salad, which is also called mache, M-A-C-H-E. Corn salad's its slang name. I saw Gordon Ramsay cook a dish using salmon, I think, on top of corn salad and apples, I think. And it looked awesome, and that's what really got me remembering corn salad and to get some of this and try it. All right, let's go over to this little area. This group, this is some more mixed things. For cucumbers, right now I've got 2 kinds from last year. One was good, a good slicer. The other one was pretty bland, not sweet at all, just wasn't real good. So I went ahead and decided to get another pickler now that I've got the canner. This is Dar's a pickler that I'm going to try. And I'll plant more of the same slicers that I got that were good from last year. I still got seed left over. It's one good thing about seed. It lasts forever just about it. You can always keep planting it. I accidentally got 2 packs of ground cherries. I didn't mean to, but that's okay. They'll stay good a long time, so it doesn't matter. I've seen many people talk about these being so good, and I've never had them, so this will be the first year I'm going to try it and find out what a ground cherry tastes like. All right, for squash, currently I've got some acorn squash seeds, love acorn squash, and some yellow squash and zucchini squash. I decided to get this one for a different type of squash. It's called Lakota. And it is a Cucurbita maxima. There's several types of cucurbitas. And I forget what each one means. I forget. One's a pumpkin type and one's something else. I forget. This one, the variety is Lakota, and it says a Sioux variety. Sioux as in Sioux. Pear-shaped, flame red with green, sweet, fine-grained, nutty tasting flesh. That's what sounds like we will like. We don't really like the sweet pumpkin squash. We don't use those too much. But if anything comes out tasting that nutty flavor of an acorn squash, we'll like it. So I got that one to see if that's going to be similar. Got one flower. Got Marigold Orange Flame. So in reading over this past few months with nothing to plant, I've been reading. Marigold, most everybody knows, has some pest control properties to it. However, I didn't know the specifics of that. And apparently it is the French marigolds that have the pest control, or the best pest control, let's say. And that it's a cumulative effect. When you first plant them, you're not going to get immediate pest control. You've got to keep it in their season and keep planting over a few seasons, your marigolds. And the effect builds up in the soil to help with pest. Okay, now we're going to move on to the lettuces. And yes, these are all lettuces. There is a reason why. Every day for lunch, we eat chef salad. That's what we make. And I much prefer to have my own lettuce for it. Our salads are mostly lettuce with a little boiled egg, little ham, a few other little items, tomatoes, but mostly lettuce. So I wanted to try some more lettuces. So first off here is Little Jim. It's a beautiful little romaine type of lettuce that I'm going to try. This, it doesn't have a picture, it's Bronze Beauty. This is May Queen, which is a butterhead, which has a little bit of red to it. But it's a very pretty lettuce, so I'm hoping that's going to be really awesome. This is Merlot, which is a very deep red, loose leaf lettuce. Then that beautiful right here, this is Flashy Butter Jim, which is green with a lot of dark red speckles throughout it. It's a butterhead. Let's move to this one first. This is, on the package it's called Sanguine Amilore. It is also known as, what that means I guess, is strawberry cabbage lettuce. And it's such a pretty cute little lettuce with its yellow-green leaf and the little pink spots on it. It's supposed to be really good. Now last that I want to talk about here is Merveille des Quatre Saisons. Not certain exactly how it's pronounced. It's a French name, obviously. And that means Marvel of Four Seasons. I'm growing this right now along with Iceberg, Black-Seeded Simpson, Paris Cause Romaine, and Butter Crunch. And it is over all of those the most lasting lettuce that tastes the best. The leaf holds up the best. And it's holding up through the winter right now without a problem, whereas I'm seeing some issues from the other lettuces. It makes a nice green leaf that turns in different proportions to red with a very soft texture that has your slight ruffles and is very soft and not bitter at all. Can't say more about this lettuce, at least until I try these others that I just bought. But anyway, all right, so another great thing Baker Creek does, I'm going to give kudos to Baker Creek right now, is that they throw in free seeds with your order depending on how many you order. So what I got this year, free, is Bee Balm Lemon, which is a flower, I believe. Yeah, Monarda. It's a Monarda, so it's a flower. I got a dark purple opal basil. Right now I've got, leftover from last year, I've got a Genovese basil, which is your typical Italian basil. I've got Thai basil, which we use a lot of. That we love cooking Thai dishes with Thai basil in it. So that, thank you Baker Creek for that. Oh, and dill. They gave me it looks like a dill, which I don't have. So, and I've often thought about growing dill and using it in dishes. So that'll be nice to try some dill. So that is my most favorite Christmas gift I got this year. that now I can go make all my plans for. So I hope everybody has a very, very Merry Christmas from Lucky 13 Farms here. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.